Good evening, everyone. My name is Felix Mazza, and today I'm going to talk to you about our product, the Quickstart Clock. First slide. There we go. I have a video here to demonstrate the problem that our product aims to solve. Enjoy. Poor guy. If only he had a way to wake up on time. So how many of us have been here before? Hopefully none of us, but we can all agree that waking up can be a challenge sometimes, simply because people like to lay in bed and people like to sleep. According to a survey by Mattress Inquirer, 24% of people oversleep multiple times a week, and the biggest reason they do is because they either turn off their alarm or sleep through it. The Quickstart Clock aims to solve this issue once and for all. I have another video to demonstrate how it works. The Quickstart Clock works using a shock strip module that the user installs under their bedsheet and is controlled wirelessly through our app on their smartphone. When the alarm is set, the strip is armed. In the morning, an alarm will sound on your phone and you can turn off the sound, but if you aren't out of bed within 30 seconds, get ready for a small zap. The strip will continue zapping until you use the app to scan a barcode placed somewhere outside of the bedroom, for example, on your coffee machine. Look at this guy. Plenty of time to do what he needs to do. He's prepared for a wonderful day. Thank you. Now, if you're wondering whether or not something like this already exists, it does. And it's made by a company called Pavlok, but their design has three major issues. One, it's a wristwatch design, so all you need to do to go back to sleep is take it off. And two, it costs $150, and who in their right mind is willing to spend $150 on an alarm clock? And three, it doesn't work. More than 50% of their reviews on Amazon are 3 stars or lower, which for an item that costs $150 is unacceptable. We plan to target high school and college students because this issue seems to be most prevalent in those demographics. It's helpful that we are part of this demographic because we know plenty of people who we can market to and receive feedback on our product from. And because there's over 250,000 students in our local market, we have plenty of potential customers that we can sell to in year one when we plan on doing distribution ourselves. Then in year two, once we receive feedback, establish that there is demand, and built the necessary infrastructure to actually sell it on a larger scale, we plan on using Amazon for our distribution. And as you can see, there's over 35 million high school and college students in the US alone, which represents a huge potential market. Now, the first step in making this idea happen will be to build a rough prototype as a proof of concept, which we can do using a 3D printer, buying the necessary components, and building it ourselves. And we're currently working on that now. Now, I know I've been saying we a lot, so I'd like you to meet our team. We've got Johnny Hain, who does web development and can build a functional app for our prototype. Next, we have David Shin, who specializes in microprocessor programming. And finally, Michael Ceccarulli, who's an electrical engineer. This is a 3-year projection based on the research we've done so far. Now, to help clarify the numbers, the cost per unit includes the cost of materials, manufacturing, and freight from Asia. Operating expenses include distribution, marketing, payroll, and taxes. Our first year operating expenses will be lower because, as I said, we're going to be doing everything ourselves, and lower than year 2 and 3. And we plan on selling everything with kind of a knocking on doors, word of mouth sales approach. Then in year 2, we plan on moving to Amazon to handle our distribution once we worked out the kinks and scaled up. Now to wrap up, I conducted a survey on campus and asked people about their wake-up habits and found some interesting results. 38% of people said that waking up is a challenge often. 43% of people said their alarm does not wake them up often, but 92% of people said they would buy something like our product. That 92% includes people who identify as morning people. They would still buy what we're offering, and what we're offering is a way to ensure that you never sleep or snooze through another alarm again. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. So this is the first product that I feel deserves the question of development of intellectual property. And so have you filed or plan to file for a patent for the intellectual property for this?
Yes, we're planning on doing that. We haven't done that yet, but Brian Neese was one of the speakers at our workshop, so I'd like to speak with him about doing that. I was more focused on preparing for the presentation.
And as well, I would recommend that you trademark the name as well, because somebody will grab this idea and you'll lose it. Yeah. So if you're planning to do this, please do it quickly.
Will do. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Can you explain exactly how it works?
So basically, we have a mobile app that connects to a shocking strip device that you put under your bed sheet. So once you install the device, it stays on your bed, but you use your phone to operate it. So you set your alarm through your phone, and it's just controlled through Bluetooth on your phone. So it's basically the device, the app on your phone, and the barcode that you place wherever in your house outside of your bedroom, so that you have to get up out of bed to turn off the alarm, to turn off the shocking function.
Is it flat? So
yeah, it's basically just think of it like a flat, you're not going to feel it when you're laying on top of it, but it's just going to be a small strip, but when you're laying on it and you're making contact, it will shock you slightly. Very minimally. I'd liken it to like when you touch a doorknob and you get a static shock, a little bit stronger than that, but very superficial, not going to kill anyone or send anyone to the hospital or anything like that.
I think it's a fantastic idea. I know I could use it. And I think college students are a great market. They don't change their sheets very often, so having it won't get disturbed. I think it makes a lot of sense for those folks. But just one question I have. I mean, clearly, I can only see the social media kind of aspect of this, where lots of folks kind of making great videos of their friends being shocked out of the bed. But I love the design, I love the idea, and of course, obviously, just need to think a little bit about liability insurance and how do you tie that into this whole concept. But I think it's a fantastic idea, and I really agree with you that, you should move quickly on this one.
Cool, we plan on it, thank you.
I thought it was a very funny product, and I think you should take part in every pitch competition you can, Kickstarter, Shark Tank, everything. I think you'll get a lot of attention for it. I think social media page as well, those videos are great. But just play into the funniness of it, and I think that'll be huge for your marketing.
Cool, thank you.
Yep. I love the videos. I thought that was great. A great way of describing the product and the problem. Is there an ability to adjust the shock? If some people want more shock, some people want less shock?
Yes, there will be that ability to adjust the shock. It'll be light to extreme, basically. So, yeah. For the heavy sleepers, obviously.
Yeah, I wonder if you thought about marketing this to parents as opposed to the college and high schools. I mean, I kind of look at this thing as entertainment.
Right, yeah. No, I mean, we figure it makes the most sense to market towards, young people, because waking up in high school every day at 6:30 is rough for a lot of people. I know it was for me. But once the word's out, I'm sure a lot of people bought the Pavlov's version, and it was a lot of parents saying, I bought this for my son, or I bought this for my daughter. So once they hear about it, I mean, I'm sure they would buy it for their kids too, so.
Have you looked into it all, it not actually being a shock, there being some other way, some movement or something, or why the shock? I mean, I get that it wakes people up, but...
My mom asked the same question. She wants it to be like a massage, so it kind of eases you into the day. She wants it to be a nice and easy process, but for some people, We actually have a version here so you can feel the kind of shock, but it's very light. It's more like, imagine somebody just like constantly pinching you lightly so you can't lay down. It's just annoying, but it's not painful. Like, I've done the testing on myself, so I can attest to it. But yeah, I mean, that's just the design that we're going for, and we know it's effective, so we'd like to do that, but we could look into other ways too.
Just real quick, how long before you can go to market? I mean, start to offer it for sale?
Sorry, what was your
How
question?
long before you could start to offer it for sale, or are you already offering it for sale?
Well, the big step is going to be developing it, because obviously safety is a big concern. We want to make sure it's safe, but also a big thing is we want to make sure that it works, because we don't want to rush into selling it, because we don't want to repeat what Pavlok did. They had a good idea for something, but they just took it to market after having a really good Kickstarter campaign. And we'd like to make sure that it works before we put it out there. So that's why part of the year one plan is not to put it on Amazon and kind of talk to people, you know, receive feedback on it, fix the kinks, build the infrastructure, and then take it, you know, more nationally.
Just quick feedback on that. Good that you want to do it thorough, but be an entrepreneur. Just get it out there. Get a product out there quick. Get people using it. Get feedback. Get investors. If you wait a whole year before you get your product out, you're going to get bored of it, and the idea is going to die. Like, just try to get it out there as soon as possible. I like that you care that you want to do it right.
And I'd like to say, if we do win, the money will be used to hire an electronics design engineer, which would be the first step in identifying each and every cost that's going to go into making it and seeing whether or not it's feasible, you know, in terms of making it a profitable thing, which we already believe it is, but just to get somebody who actually can design it and, you know, professionally do it. So, yeah.
Great.
Thank you.